And welcome back, everyone. This is Ellington, and we are back on Total War Rome 2. We have got ourselves a 3 versus 3 on, you guessed it, the settlement of Bertigala, and this one was sent in by Madara Uchiha. And I probably just butchered that, and I'm truly sorry if I did. But Madara is playing Egypt here on the attacking side. His allies are Galatia, being commanded by Swiss Cheese, and all the way on the other side, which will be interesting. We'll see what happens. We have got RDI being commanded by Prime. Now, for the defenders, we have got Carthage, which Carthage has a lot of. Okay. So I don't know if the rule was 1-2-4 like usual or not, but Carthage, if it was the rule, Carthage broke it. He's got 6 skirmishers here, Balearic slingers, and Cretan archers. Carthage being commanded by Inlet. It's a much longer name than that, but that's all I could say. Saba is being commanded by Nick Bosner. And finally, Sparta being commanded by Max Caves. Now, as always, this is going to be interesting. I think the most interesting part, honestly, will be this right here. We don't usually see a whole lot of split attacks like this because what tends to happen is the single player here tends to kind of get double-teamed by multiple of the defenders, and it just doesn't tend to go too terribly well. But we're about to find out what happens. Now RDI is landing on the walls pretty well uncontested. The slingers and archers did use ammo, but to be perfectly honest with you, they didn't use it super well. When a tower is approaching the walls and you're on the wall and you're on fire at will, your guys are just going to sit there and fire straight into the front of the tower, which means that they're not hitting anything. So majority of the time, you don't want to shoot at the units that are pushing the tower forwards because, to be honest, look at it. You can see right there. Look at the Gorgos skirmishers from Sparta. See, they're trying to shoot the units in here. It would be one thing if they were trying to shoot those units, but they aren't. You can see they're prioritizing all the stuff in the tower, aka they're just wasting their ammo. So it looks like Sparta went full on the slinger party rather than any archers, which could be really interesting because that could give the attackers a really interesting advantage here right off the bat. The problem is, though, Egypt's archers all the way back here and Galatia all the way back here. So now that these towers are here about this point, your army should be advancing. Because if you don't, what's going to happen is, as these units land, they will get attacked, most likely, and swarmed and killed with nothing behind them to reinforce them. Now, on the other side, that is kind of exactly what's happening, right? Because they don't have anything that can get up here and support themselves other than themselves. So these Illyrian Raiders and Illyrian Hoplites are all by themselves. You got an African Pike on this side, Libyan Infantry. So this entire initial assault is probably going to die. You can see that RDI doesn't get archers. So all they have are the slave slingers, and they have some peltis and stuff they can bring. But right now their slave slingers are pretty much useless. They can't really get the angle. See, they're trying to shoot up. Well, slingers don't really do that. Archers do, but these Balearic slingers up here, what are they trying to go for? He used his quick reload, but same thing, like, you can't shoot at the slave slingers. Now, if you get up on the wall here, then you would probably annihilate these slave slingers all by yourself. They are finally getting shots. They found a little kind of hill that they could get shots in on this pikeman. That's good, because otherwise that pikeman was just going to really, really mess them up. And now, though, that means the Balearics also get to trade back. Now on the front wall, You can see Egypt getting on the walls, but here we go. You know, you already got Saba here. We've got Spartan Hoplites. We need more, though. So here's some Muscat Marauders coming forwards. Spartan Hoplites probably don't want to be sitting here. This is kind of a bad spot with the Egyptians coming in this way and this way. The person who sent this in said that one player was AFK for a few minutes. This could be, I can't remember which player he said, but this could be it. The Sparta player might be the one. Let me see if I can find it. He posted it on the Discord. No, it looks like the Galatia player was the one that was AFK for a little while, which you could see probably explains why it took him a little while. He is going over to this wall here, which I personally am not a big fan of. When you land on this wall, now they do have artillery though, so that could be a game changer there. Artillery means that they can literally just sit here and blast all of this to oblivion if they want to, which could help them get onto the walls. Typically without the artillery, getting on the wall here is a nightmare because you just get charged down by everything of the defenders and javied, so on and so forth. It's just pretty much a nightmare. This year, it's not going so hot for the defenders, I would say. Now this isn't too bad. But right here, they've got a little bit of a problem. The attackers do need to get more stuff up, though. They only have the 2 units fighting here. Now, if they get more Muscat Marauders over here, or Sparta sends something, he does have Citizen Cav here. Not really sure why he's got Citizen Cav still just kind of chilling there. You can see the initial attack from RDI. It's gone. It completely and totally annihilated. And RDI, I don't really know what they're going to do. They may just have to kind of chill back here while the attackers, you know, on the other side get a foothold and draw attention to them possibly. Just kind of looking around here. Blyric's here, still getting shots. I think they're shooting the mercenary axe warriors over there. Now, the interesting thing is with Galatia dropping here, they really don't have a whole lot. And one of the biggest downsides to dropping here is Javies. But one of the main defenders here is your Spartan Hoplites. So they may actually have a decent chance of getting on here. The Galatian Legionaries are going to do decently well. The main thing is, will the defenders swarm them at the wall, which is what they should do. Since they don't have the Javies to use, since they have a bunch of Spartan units, they should charge this wall and hit the Galatian units on the wall before they get a chance to fully drop off the tower and form up. Egypt actually doing pretty solid here. It actually probably wouldn't be too bad of an idea if Galatia maybe dropped like a Galatian legionary here to assist Egypt. The carrying axemen are losing to the Sabaean swords. Not by much though. Got more carrying axemen here. Now what you want to do with them, oh, this is good shots. Good job right there. Cretan archers right into the back of this defense. So now Thorax swords and Muscat Marauders charging. Muscat Marauders are going to get the better initial charge here. They will get tired though because they used their frenzy charge ability. Thorax 64. The Thorax had already seen combat, so it was already a little banged up before it went into that combat. If I was the Cretans, I don't think this is as good of a shot as this is. I think this is a much better shot here. Hit the back of those Spartan Hoplites, which opens the floodgates here. You can put a unit there, take the carrying axemen through behind and hit the back. Here we go, Galatia full dropping. Now he's got one unit holding back this one, which gives him a little bit of breathing room. Got his Galatian archers, the Syrians hitting the Gorgos skirmishers. What you might do is send a Galatian legionary there. Then other Galatian legionaries, you just want to kind of defend your foothold. So one's going to need to go there and then just kind of defend. Open up the foothold, allowing more units on, a better chance to get on. Move your units forward, get them ready to drop, when they need to be dropped. Ooh. So the Thorax actually ended up winning that, but he's probably going to break before he can even do anything. RDI, once again, RDI basically is at a point he can't really do a whole lot right now. I don't really know exactly why they're trying to take this fight. This is a bad fight for RDI. They just don't have as good of a shot or angle as the Balearics do from the walls. So they're really not getting very many kills at all. Whereas the Balearics, 63 kills, 76 kills, 149 kills on a Cretan. You know what I mean? They are doing far, far superior in that fight. Probably want to get an archer shooting that. Once again, Galatia probably needs to move the... Yep, there we go. He is using formation attack. That is something I typically suggest to get rid of. Also, don't go into combat in such a column. Draw your man out. You can go into kind of a column like that in certain situations, but only situationally. Only situationally. I'm interested to see what the Citizen Cav's going to do. They are looping around. They're going to hit the back of the Thorax Swords, which are getting into the Gorgo Skirmishers, which are all by their lonesome. 66 kills, that's it. Gorgo Skirmishers, I'm not really sure exactly what they are kind of doing. Only 66 kills. This one's a 39 kills and in combat, you know what I mean? Yeah, I'm not sure. Egypt does seem to have the advantage there. Galatia, the fact that he didn't get a lot of his infantry in very quickly, I think is really, really hurting him. And he still isn't, you know what I mean? He still has 1, 2, 3, at least 3 units still sitting here. 4, 5 units of Galatian Legionaries chilling. Why are these units not on the wall yet? They're just now getting on, or no, they're not. That's the general. So yeah, they're not even trying to climb yet. While I don't know. I definitely don't think that at this point in time, these guys are doing the hottest. They're doing fine, but you really need more troops up here. Really, really. I don't know. Now, Egypt, because he's basically got his side, that does help things. Means that he can put pressure here and here. He probably doesn't want to try to put much pressure here, though. I don't think he's got quite enough troops to hit, that many gaps, or that large of a gap. I do think that putting pressure here to alleviate some of the defense against Galatia, and Galatia still sitting there not putting units on the wall, is driving me bonkers. He's going to lose this if he doesn't. There's a gap right there. These 2 units are about to get through. If they do, that's gone, that's gone, that's gone. And then these guys are not getting on the wall in any way, shape, or form. You have a foothold. Use it, for the love of God. Please give the order to put your units on the wall. Oh, man. I think it's a big, big mistake. RDI getting units onto the wall now. This time it's Illyrian Noble Hoplites, which are better. But once again, they're getting swarmed, right? So you got one here, 149, 138. Okay, it's over here, I see. But then here's one that's now getting, sandwiched. He's fighting a pikeman, and he's getting hit by mercenary noble fighters. Yeah, man. He is getting kind of this out. That's good. That'll means they can hit the back of the pikemen. Okay. They also seem to have a bit of an open door there. Sorry, I know we missed a little bit on the RDI side, but... Oh, why? Why are you going over there? Had you dropped here 5 minutes ago, this would be yours. Oh, that's frustrating. You know, now he's going over here because, like, oh, this is safe now. We've got this side. When you had this, you easily could have had this. You had the foothold you needed, but you just left your units standing there while the units that were holding your front line and holding your foothold just got massacred. Oh, man. Support your units on the walls, guys. Please. Please, please, please. I'm begging. I'm begging you. Put your loving hands on me, baby. I'm begging. The Illyrian Noble Hoplites are a good unit, but they're kind of by themselves, and they're also kind of getting hit from the side there by the archers, or the slingers, I mean. So obviously that's not what we want to see. And unsupported like that, they're probably going to lose that fight. This one, they might, well, I don't know, it's a Noble Fighter. 101 men, 88 men. So actually the Noble Fighter is probably going to take that. This Noble Fighter is pretty much done. Well, no, because it's a front up. But the Illyrian Noble Hoplites are facing the wrong way. So the Noble Fighters are just getting free hits right into their back. They do have Italian swords there, so they can't take the open door. And actually, Italian swords may come in and flank and do some damage there. This was a hugely missed opportunity. Oh, and now an unsupported Hungarian Axeman. 272 kills. Holy shnikes, man. That was probably a bunch of Gorgo skirmishers. I'm going to be perfectly honest with you about that. He got 272 kills with only one chevron. So what he killed was not like super, super high tier. Now we got Moscow Marauders charging into combat. So notice how they just kind of like stopped, right? It's because there's still a unit here. So when this unit went charging in, he literally just hit the back of his own unit, which caused him to stall, which took away his charge bonus. So you really want to be making sure that you are cycling the unit. Don't just throw the new unit straight into the back of the other unit. RDI does look like he's about to get a foothold here. It looks like it has been extremely painful. This looks good. Needs to turn around and fight that, though. Libyan infantry, Noble Hoplite should do fine there. Once they finish the Noble Fighter, then maybe they can put some more pressure here. They do have a pikeman, which is going to be a little bit of a nuisance to get through. Somehow these Balearics are shooting over here. I don't really get how they're getting it, but somehow. And you got your Syrians over here getting shot by... Is it just Sabaean archers? Yeah. Spartan Hoplites, 150 or 160. He had a Heroes of Sparta, 124. That's a good shot right there. Thorough Spears getting some good shots right into the sides of the Spartan Hoplite. He might even be able to do a little better if he moved just a little bit forward and got a shot like that, but still pretty solid. Now Galatia's on. This honestly kind of becomes Galatia's game at this point. He's really the main person who has much of an army left. Egypt is pretty banged up. Egypt has some, but it's not that healthy. Big thing for Galatia I would suggest would be stop using formation attack. I think you're just going to get a lot better value out of those Galatian legionaries. Now your hoplite here is in a little bit of a sticky situation. You know, he's attacking here, but you can see he's getting looped around. This unit is hitting him in the side. Italian Sword's about to break. Noble Fighter's still going strong. 202 kills with 2 chevrons. That's really good. You know, my rule of thumb is, you know, a chevron for every 100 kills, you did pretty good. If I remember correctly, the actual, like, value of a chevron is 500 gold worth of kills. And that's basically why it takes... Sorry, I was taking a drink. That's basically why it takes a little bit longer to get a chevron when you're killing low-tier units. Oh, he's got his mercenary Peltas up here, and that's actually kind of clever because the Balearics are probably not going to be able to beat that. Though Balearics are the better slinger in melee combat. The Rhodian slingers are better at slinging. Balearics are have slightly better melee stats. Egypt and Galatia basically have this one done, or like have this side pretty much capped. And then they should be able to start putting pressure onto the point, which is probably going to alleviate the pressure off of RDI over there. Always be careful going through the gate. If you have capped the gate, but enemy fleeing units go out, you will get burned. And it is extremely painful. Nobody likes it. RDI, I don't think they're going to cap this side by themselves. I really think that they are basically at the point of just doing as much damage as they possibly can to allow Egypt and Galatia to swing in and finish this game. Because it does look like Carthage is going to take this. It does deserve a little bit of an asterisk, though, since it does seem like Carthage broke the rules by bringing 6 skirms. But, you know, it is what it is. And here comes the doom of RDI. His last units are right here. And the biggest problem is that one of these Carthaginian units is a pike, and RDI does not have an answer to that. Not exactly sure what the pike is doing right now, but yeah, it's fine. Triple Chevron General's Bodyguard. Probably not worth it. So we got Spartan Pikemen back here. We got 2 units. We've got Noble Swordsmen, which, to be straight up honest with you guys, this unit is trash. Don't ever bring it. Saba is good at one thing. Is very good at one thing. Camel cataphracts. So if you're not going to bring camels in your army, whatever, bring the camel cataphract general. I promise you, it's way more worth it than the Noble Sword. Biggest problem with the Noble Sword is that it's like a 760 gold unit that doesn't get javelins, and it's not even better than a thorax sword. So what's the point? The only benefit to it is that it gets encouraged. Yippity doo dah. Yippity-doo-dah, yippity-day. My, oh my, what a wonderful day. Plenty of sunshine headed my way. Yippity-doo-dah, yippity-day. I know it's zippity-doo-dah, but it's fine. I changed the words to the song. Bite me. Someone in the comments is going to be like, hey man, you know it's zippity-doo-dah, right? And here we have the slow, painful death of RDI. The Illyrians have fallen! The attackers have 2 big problems right now. This, and this. They do, though, have the balanced power. What you do here, bring this up. Pew, 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 pew. Bring this up. Pew, 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 pew. Bring this up. Pew, 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 pew. And guess what? There's nothing they can do about it, right? The Spartan the Spartan pikemen can only just stand there. You can walk up and throw all your javelins, and there's pretty much nothing they can do about it. They could shoot you with their skirmishers, they could shoot you with their archers, whatever they want to do. It's not going to do enough to that Galatian legionnaire that's going to walk up and jabby the shit out of that pikeman. Now, you also have your Syrian archers, so that pike is going to take lots of damage. He may even just walk all three of them right up to the front and jabby all three just like that. Not a bad idea either. God, I hope he does. Please, for the love of God, do not go charge into those pikes. That's a cool screenshot. Trying to get the next volley. Come on, give it to me. That's how it's done, boys. So the pike, because he has no choice, is going to pick the option of advancing. What do? You just back away. Now, what does that provide? Boom, look at that. What a draw. Beautifully done. Well done. Oh, they still got artillery. Is that Galatia still firing? I didn't even think he had. Yeah, it is. Look at that. 148 kills on his artillery. Nicely done. Yeah, that's painful. Now they need to be really careful. You still have Carthage over here that still has troops. So they need to pressure this with everything they've got. What's probably going to happen is you're probably going to get Carthaginian pressure here, but then the rest will probably come reinforce the main point, which you can see is right here, that red circle. Galatian legionaries are going to clean everything up here, especially if Carthage does not hurry up. Remember, Carthage is banged up too. They probably, so I don't like this. You probably want to bring that pike over to the point. That's where it's most useful. You can see the other Spartan pike now moving over here. If you want to put pressure, you've got these three units you can put pressure with. But in all reality, this is the most important part right here. This is win or lose. Sabaean archers still shooting. Now the thorax pikes of Egypt gonna go get involved. Don't run into the pikes, guys. There you go. Get off of them. What you do now, pull off right there. Get behind the pike. The pike is your biggest issue right now. Or bring this one behind. Either way. If you want to bring this over here, jabby the general while you're at it. Take one of these units and hit the back of the pike. There you go. Now bring your cav through the gap and hit all this ranged. This isn't a bad idea either. You go cut off Carthage. But still, you do want to get something back here into the back of that pike. Stop hitting it. Sneak through. You got it. Get the range, or, well, their range, not your own ranged. Or you can charge into the back of the pike. They just pretty much insist on not hitting the back of the pikemen. Carthage is in a really bad spot. Carthage has no way to get to the point and stop Galatia and Egypt at this point. So, as this, the only thing keeping the point for them is the pike. No, Galatia, go. Okay. I hate to say Galatia, you're probably just going to have to, you're just going to have to try to stay off the pike, but you have to keep him where he is. You know what I mean? What they need to do is they need to get the African pike or the thorax pike over here to face it. They're desperately trying, man. Go plug the gap. Assuming those Syrians are all out of ammo. 231's pretty solid. Yeah, he doesn't, you know, he knows he has to keep this, but he's trying to keep this one off of those pikes. Once again, though, get your pike to counter their pike. Now what you can do here, you take your small unit and hit them. There's a gap here. You could hit him right behind or hit him right on the side like that. You can see he dismounted his general's bodyguard and sending them into combat as foot soldiers. What a mosh pit, man. I love the view of the pikes, especially when you have two pikes on either side. I hate to say, I'm pretty sure this is a done deal. I don't really see any way the defenders can pull this one off. And it literally just comes down to this right here. The attackers have control of the point. It's neutralized technically, but they are basically in the situation of keeping any troops that Carthage had that they could have like held here. It's cut off. So all the defenders or all the attackers have to do is just hold the point, and they're solid. Wait for time to run out, or you know, basically push them off of that. Now, what I would like to see, I don't know why we're not doing this. You might be able to trigger army losses just by killing all of those Carthaginian skirms. And it looks like the Carthaginian pike is now gone. Look at the thorax pike, 170 kills. Nicely done. It's basically just going to come down to killing the rest of these units, finishing off the general's bodyguard. It's just a bunch of, you know, the Royal Peltis is about to get a ton of kills here. Not very good ones because it's all like Cretans and Balearics, but it's getting kills. Sorry about that, getting a drink. There go the general's bodyguard horses, because they run away when you get too close. But I believe that is it. And here comes the general finally coming in and cleaning up the slingers and archers of Carthage. Where you been, mate? I don't know. You took damn long to get over here. And that's army losses, and that's a GG. Well fought both sides, very fun, very entertaining. Let's go look at some kills here. Alright, so starting off for the attackers, we have Swiss Cheese as Galatia with 2,484 kills. Let's see, archers all did extremely well. It's Galatia, his infantry performed extremely well. 171 on the Arty is pretty solid there. Prime is RDI. I think we kind of saw why attacking by yourself like that is not usually the best idea. And also kind of the penalties of not keeping your attack well supported. Finally, Madara Uchiha? Sorry if I'm mispronouncing. 2,721 kills. Not the most in the game. Archers did very well. Royal Peltis 208. Look at the thorax, 216. Guys, when pikes get 200 kills, it's not usually because the pike was doing something great, it's because the other people weren't. This situation was a situation where Carthage had no choice. Carthage really had no other option than do what he just did. Now, for the defenders, we have Max Craves as Sparta with 1,493 kills. Did okay. 293 on the Royal Spartan General, 3 chevrons. Nicely done. Pikes 121, pretty good. 0, not good. Here's the Sparta 157. Nicely done. Carthage here, I don't know how to say your name. Sorry. 2,915 kills. Once again, he brought 6 archers. I'm pretty sure that was against the rules. 247 on the African pike. Once again, like we said earlier, usually when pikes get this many kills, it's not because the pike or the player did something super great, amazing, awesome. It usually is more because somebody, like the person they were hitting or attacking or defending against, did not do something right, like in trying to get rid of them or kill them or not attack them. But his infantry did all very, very well. 332, 329, nicely done. Nick Bosner as Saba with 1,908 kills, solid all around. Moscow Marauders and Sabaean Swords did pretty well, 182. Well, actually, the Moscows actually did not do so hot. But that is going to be it for today's battle. Thank you guys so much for joining. Don't forget that if you are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, and we will see you guys next time.